welcome to the show. Today we are making a Caesar salad with homemade croutons and a dressing in there. So here's our bread. The crusts are with it. Fresh garlic, a little bit of olive oil there to dress the croutons after we get the ingredients into it. A little Worcestershire sauce. Fresh Parmesan cheese that is not shredded, but and of course our mayonnaise, which is the base of the dressing we will use. And of course, the lovely star of the show, the lettuce leaf, but it's green leaf, not the mighty romaine that everyone else uses, because all we had in the fridge was some green leaf. All right, now we're going to cut our croutons up. And what I like to do is use fresh bread, because I feel that stale bread crumbles and falls apart when you're trying to cut it into nice little croutons. So I've got the 2 heels and a couple other pieces. There's 4 pieces of bread here. You can cut them as large or as small as you want. If we remember my talking with I hate to use the word old chef, but let's say my first chef, Dave Quanbeck, he always told me, cut things a little bigger, a little off-center. That way they look homemade. If everything's diced up nice and small and uniform, looks like it came out of a factory and a machine did it. So we're cutting just some big, odd-looking croutons here. They're going to be all the crunch that we need for the Caesar salad. And then here we go with our ingredients. We're going to throw in fresh garlic, about a tablespoon, a little more than a tablespoon there, I guess. And then, of course, our oil to dress it. A little olive oil, half a cup. I'm going to throw some salt and pepper in here just to give it some salt and pepper. Then I'm going to use my cleanly washed fresh hand to mix this. I don't use a glove because my hands are clean. And then we're going to put this on a sheet tray to put it in the oven. I'm going to go wash my hand before we do that. All right, throw it on a sheet tray, single layer, for about 6 minutes in a preheated oven. I have a wind oven, so it's a combination oven that has a wind in it. There's a convection oven. So we're throwing it in there for about, 6 minutes at 350. Close your door on it. And then we can see, boom, push the button. Now we're going to make our dressing. First thing you do is you add your mayonnaise. That's the bottom line. You got to have mayonnaise in there or you're not going to have a good dressing. So that's about 2 cups. Next I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of the Parmesan cheese and some olive oil. Worcestershire sauce, I put about half of this in there. It's about a cup that I'm putting in there. That takes the place of the anchovies because there is anchovy paste in Worcestershire sauce. Another tablespoon of fresh garlic, because this is going to have some flavor. We like to have flavor on It's Only Food. Then you just basically stir this up. You can add a little bit of water to it if you want. I like a thicker sauce. And I also like to use the Parmesan cheese that is shredded and not grated, because it gives it more of a toothy bite into the dressing when you mix it all up with the lettuce leaves. So you can see it runs down. I'm going to throw some more cheese in there, a couple more tablespoons in there, just to give it some thickness, because I like it to stick to the leaves. You get it too loose and it won't stick to the leaves, and you'll just have a runny, disgusting salad. A little salt and pepper. Mix that up some more, and we're going to throw this in the chill box, or as they call it in the real world, a refrigerator, to let that cool while we cut the lettuce. So here we go. Now we're going to get our lettuce. Like I said, we have green leaf lettuce, not romaine. Typically the salad is made with romaine lettuce, but we are using green leaf because that's all we had to do. And I was fortunate enough that one of my helpers last night cut this up for me after she washed it. So it is all ready to go into bite-sized pieces. And we're just going to throw this into the same bowl that we made the croutons in, because that's got the dressing. I'm sorry, not the dressing, but the ingredients. It's pretty much everywhere. So why not use the bowl, right? So we're going to throw a clean handful. Notice that my hands were washed. Very important thing to do in the kitchen. Wash your hands. Get that in there. It'll be about enough. You can use a plate that you want to put it on to measure how much you want. We're going to check our croutons here. They look to be done. Make sure you wear a hot pad when you pull things out of the oven. I'm just going to pop one here just to see if it's done. Yes, it's firm, it's soft. These smell fantastic. So now we got our salad. We're just going to throw a little Parmesan cheese in here. Then we're going to take our dressing and put about a tablespoon. I'm sorry, about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. and just dress this up real nice. A couple of croutons in there. If I can find them. Oh, there they are. A couple croutons in there. We're going to top them off with croutons too. And we'll just mix this all up. We have the Parmesan and the croutons. Very simple ingredients. Don't get them the idea that this is a healthy meal just because it's a salad. There are a lot of calories in here because of the mayonnaise and the cheese. You can, like I said, use your plate to measure it when you're cutting the lettuce so you know how much you're going to have when you actually plate up. But you've got enough croutons here and enough dressing that you can make a couple more salads with. This gets out, the nurse's aides are going to be crazy and going to want some Caesar dressings or some Caesar salads today. So I've made extra because I know the girls will want to eat today, and I will oblige by making them all Caesar salads. The girls do a good job here. All the CNAs are wonderful, and I like to make sure that they get fed well. So I got some cherry tomatoes on here. Grape tomatoes on here, just to give it a little bit of color, liven it up. Threw some more croutons on top and some more of the cheese. So there you go. Remember, not a healthy meal, but it's a delicious meal. Thanks for joining It's Only Food. Let's go back up to John in the booth to close this out. John, what do you got to say? All right, and welcome to It's Only Food. And we just got done doing the Caesar salad show. It was invented by an Italian immigrant named Cesar Sardini down in Tijuana, Mexico. He did own a couple restaurants across the border too, but there was down in San Diego. He had one there too. A bunch of people came in at the last moment right before closing. It was July 4th. He had a busy day. He used up most of the food he had. If you work in the restaurant industry, you know that never ever happens. But he came up with all this stuff and put it together in a bowl and served it to the guests, and they loved it. So that's the Caesar salad. And there are a lot more foods out there, dishes that have been invented out of necessity at the last minute like that too. We can go into that on further detail on some further shows. But right now I'd like to talk to you about what we're going to do next time. Next time we do a show, I am going to take you into the kitchen. And I'm going to show you around, give you a little tour of the kitchen where we do the show there at Edgewood Senior Living. And then I'm going to take you back here where I do it at my house and where I do the editing and the voiceover and the microphone with the screens on it and the got the little headphones I get to wear when I'm doing the voiceover and stuff like that. To what I'm doing right now too with the camera, which is making the show so I get a little bit at the end to talk to my followers and my people on YouTube and Facebook and other things like that. So I think that's our next show. So kind of give you a little what goes on behind the scenes of making this show and what it takes. I mean, it looks like it's about a 7 or 8 minute video, but it usually takes me about 3 hours from start to finish to actually get it up onto YouTube and then into a container, MP3 container that I can give it to other platforms, which I have this show on too. We are on 3 different platforms. I've got North Metro TV, which allows me to show this on their public access channel. Thank you for watching if you're watching at home from that. I do it on YouTube, of course, which you're watching too right now. And I also do this on a goindie.com, which is a streaming media that I've just started. I really don't know too much about it right now, but I've got a couple of my shows uploaded onto that too. So we've got this on 3 different platforms, and we are getting kind of excited about how it's growing. I've got over 500 or 600 followers now on YouTube, and we've got subscribers. It's just getting big and big and big. It's great. I'm learning about social media with the Twitter and the Facebook and all the other LinkedIn and all that stuff. You know, I'm not a young man anymore, and I'm not a millennial at any means, but we are learning about how to use social media to make this show get out there. So It's Only Food is a good thing. I'm trying to get my business started, and I'm trying to teach people how to cook appetizers, and there's some other things on my website at itsonlyfood.biz that I encourage you to go to that website, itsonlyfood.biz, right here, and check it out. We've got some things to offer for you. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what they are right here, but I would like you to go check that out and see what we're all about. I want to thank all the subscribers. I want to thank all the viewers. I want to thank all the people that have made this happen. Edgewood Senior Living for letting me come into the kitchen there, which I actually am the chef and the dining director there, but they've allowed me to actually bring the camera in and make a show out of it. So that's kind of nice. I appreciate that. Eric over there at Eric Houston over there at North Metro TV. I appreciate your help in getting me excited about this and getting the passion in me to do this. I took your class 2 years ago, and this is what happened. So it's your fault. So check out the website. It's onlyfood.biz. You'll be glad you did. Check us out. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.